English riding boots halfway up her calves, her riding pants tucked neatly into the boots, and Gabriella looked just like an outlaw from a 1950s movie, right down to the red bandana tied around her neck. Her wild dark hair poked out from underneath the tiny Stetson. Alex helped the girls saddle their own horses. She wanted them to be self-sufficient, as well as understand how to keep the horses calm and healthy. She showed Gabriella the proper way to ease the bit into the horse's mouth. The little girl focused on the lesson completely. Clemency lately had favored a colt named Samuel. Alex didn't think her daughter got the joke that someone had named the horse after the famous gun manufacturer Samuel Colt. Gabriella had recently been riding a pony named Biscuit. Alex could see why. The little horse had a wild mane and was full of energy. They were made for each other. When Alex was growing up, her British riding instructor had always referred to horses like Biscuit as a Welsh cob. That was not a term you heard frequently in Colombia. Out of respect for the man who was very important during her formative years, Alex still called Biscuit a Welsh cob. As much as she relaxed at times like this, she always stayed aware of her surroundings, conscious of how many enemies an assassin makes during his or her career. Her 9mm Beretta hung in a bag from her saddle, always within easy reach, one of the habits she had picked up since she stumbled into her profession as a young college grad. The girl's father, Raphael, never agreed with her choice of jobs. That might have helped push him out the door to shack up with the cruise ship dancer. The girls got postcards from all over the world now, but rarely saw their shiftless father, who lived off a trust fund. Gabriella giggled, which made Alex twist in the saddle to see what her daughter found so amusing. Biscuit was sniffing the hindquarters of Clemency's colt, Samuel. Alex looked ahead again to hide her smile. Clemency trotted up, and then had to fight to control Samuel. Alex said, "You're doing great, Clemmy, but think of you and Samuel as one. You're part of him, and he's part of you. Let him feel your confidence." Clemency nodded and immediately tried a quick turn and sprint, her long, dark ponytail flowing behind her. Now Gabriella caught up to her mother. "How am I doing, Mama?" "Wonderful, baby. You and Biscuit are perfect together." Alex was distracted by another rider coming from the direction of the ranch. She tensed and unbuckled the pouch holding her pistol. Then she recognized the rider and called out, "Manny!" Her slim 33-year-old cousin smiled as he approached. Alex leaned over and kissed him. He said, "You look beautiful, as always." The girls both raced up to greet her cousin, whom they called Uncle Manny. Manny said, "I propose a race. Your mama and me to the far hill and back. You two will be the referees in case she tries anything funny." Alex didn't wait for a signal. She urged Mitzi into a full gallop, and Manny fell in behind her immediately. Manny rode a gelding from her stable named Reynaldo. The horse was big, more than 15 hands high, but he had a smooth gait. Alex looked ahead slightly, avoiding gopher holes and other dangers to a galloping horse. She urged Mitzi on with a nudge from her feet. She'd never used a whip or spurs in her whole life. Manny matched her step for step, kicking Reynaldo harder, but nothing more. Reynaldo had the stride, but Alex had the experience. Alex circled the oak tree at the crest of the hill. She looked up to see the girls cheering about 400 meters ahead. Sweat was dripping into her eyes, and she felt her legs tiring under the stress of riding and standing up slightly in the stirrups. Alex hated to lose, especially to her cousin Manny. Alex smiled at the girl's squeals as she crossed the finish line ahead of Manny. They both eased the horses to a trot, then returned to the giddy girls. Manny said, "Once again, your beautiful mother has demonstrated to you that women can compete with men anywhere." Alex beamed at the victory and the girls' excitement. After a few minutes, they sent the girls ahead so they could talk about their shared profession. Alex said, "Any interesting jobs coming up?" Manny shook his head. "I'm taking a break. I was almost caught by the Brazilian National Police after I completed a contract in Rio. Some oil company executive hired me to deal with one of his rivals. The job itself wasn't that hard, but any time you take a contract not related to the drug business, the police tend to take notice." I barely made it back here without having to explain why I put 2 bullets in the back of the man's head.